It is August 29th, 10:27 a.m. and this is the start of, I think, the most important thing that I will do with my life. I have about 8 months in the insurance space. I think my first day was the 11th of January, 2023. I think my first sale was on like the 15th, or at least my first sale that stuck. Um, and I'm nothing's impossible, hopefully, but I don't have enough money for rent. I just got, that's going to be no later than the 5th without a late fee. Um, Maybe it's the 7th. I I got a loan from my stepmom for 5 grand. That will all be gone at the end of that rent payment. I just got a email. It might be a little bit of a saving grace. There is something. I'm speaking from someone at the bottom, and I'll go through how deep that hole is in a second. But it's funny, even when you're there, if we're honest with ourselves, I think there are sometimes there's something about the universe that does seem to want you to make it, even when it often feels like everything also doesn't want you to make it. I just got an email from a company that will split my rent in half, and I can pay the other half in the middle of the month. Well, there you go. Well, maybe this will save me. Um, I've written over $100,000 in premium. I haven't had quite the conversion rate I've wanted, and I've had about 2 to 3 months of being really what this is about, of being crippled by multiple addictions and just unresolved childhood trauma, I think, that fuels those. I have been addicted to social media, whether that's Instagram, YouTube, you name it. Never really got into TikTok, ironically, posting here. I've been addicted to porn. I've been addicted to abusing performance enhancing drugs like Adderall. Basically, stay up all night playing video games, stay up all night watching porn, stay up all night watching YouTube, and then the only way you can function is take some Adderall so that you amp your system up, and then you can go. And you're basically a zombie. You're not. The point is, I haven't been alive really for like 95% of my life. I'd say since, I don't know if I had to put a date on it, maybe like 2013 or so. It started in the end of middle school, high school, and I've just been in this loop of basically coping, not living, right? Abusing. The second I feel good, I go into pick your poison for that day. The second I feel bad, I still it's the I had a therapist that told me about this person that he worked with that was a heroin addict, and he's like, when they're having a really terrible time, great, let's go shoot up. When they're having a really great time, let's celebrate, let's go shoot up. So it's always the right answer, right? And this channel is about making it in the insurance business. But my life's work, my life's greatest accomplishment will be overcoming these addictions and making it as a person. Being able to stand on my own 2 feet without these vicious cycles that I've fallen back on thousands of times over. And it basically kills your soul every time. I'm only 26 years old. I'm going to be 27 in October. I feel like I've died spiritually hundreds, if not thousands of times. I don't know how to explain that verbally. Um, if you haven't suffered with stuff like this, with serious, just constant cycles like this, it's just words, and I get that. That's one of the limitations of these making these videos. Whether you're taking other people's content or making your own, I realize that I can only do so much through a screen to your screen, but I have 600 to 700 leads. I'm going to put them through an AI enhanced CRM that will help reach out to a lot of those. I should have tens of thousands of dollars still left in those leads according to their metrics from their response rates over the last year as they've been testing this system with both new and aged leads. All my leads have been exclusive, so they haven't been resold to anyone else. I'm the only person that's worked them and will work them in the future. Um, and this is the turning point. It's another thing I haven't brought up yet is I've been dealing with, suicide, uh, really considering that. My dad took his own life. He hung himself in 2017 under kind of similar circumstances, financial strife. He, very eerily similar circumstances. His addictions kind of caught up with him. He was uh, an abusive alcoholic and then ended up, I think he got into porn and gambling and sex addiction as well, um, which I think there was kind of the groundwork for at least the porn and the sex addiction earlier in his life. The gambling was a new one, I think, and ended up using the company. It was just a bunch of stuff, and so he lost his job as a corporate tax attorney. So, and then he took his own life because he just figured we would be better off with the life insurance money than with him around. And he was turning into a really difficult person. I hadn't seen him for the last year of his life. And I'm basically putting myself on the cross here. I'm letting it all out. I'm being honest. This is not a perfectly shot video with the tone and the crop and the you know. This is just supposed to be either a video to mark the end of my life or a video to mark a beginning of a new one. Because there's really only two options at this point. I can't keep living like this. Um, it's not a life. I'm going to become more of a burden to anyone than a blessing. And it matters more to me if I can help people with this than with insurance or anything else. I think that, I heard, I think it was Ed Milet once said, you are the most qualified person to help someone who's like your former self, right? I.e., someone that's dealing with the problems that you once dealt with, the things that you have learned to overcome or cope with or deal with productively, and you owe it to those people to help them, whatever that means. You know, obviously, you still have to have your own life and take care of the people in your life. But if you can put out content, if you can mentor someone, if you can give back in some way, you owe it to the world, I think. And I hope this is the start of that process. For everyone out there that's dealing with a hopeless cycle of addiction, paralysis, depression, uh, coping through your abuse as a child, or whatever it is, whatever your story is that's gotten you into a cycle that you feel like is debilitating and unwavering and inescapable. Um, I hope that this journey of me trying to put my best foot forward through that, and every single day I'm going to be talking about what I did, what I learned, um, and hopefully that can help other people that any of this resonates with. The one thing I want to say, this has been a kind of a really down video. I want to talk about because I do believe that all of us have things in our life that are great, even in as someone who's talking to you thinking about taking their own life, um, day in and day out. I still have things to be grateful for, and I want to go through those. I have a great family. I have a family member that has money that was able to help me and still will be able to help me. I have just a bunch of people in my family that help me. I have a great team, um, in the insurance space. I have amazing mentors, um, that are just so helpful and so loving. I have an amazing girlfriend who's been with me through all of this. We met basically right after my dad killed himself. So even this person here, I have a lot to be grateful for, and I'm going to be leaning on that. And I very much believe that as much as this is going to be work from within, it's going to be leaning on those resources when I'm down to make it. So I hope you guys have a good one.